Hey everyone, it's my favorite time of the month. It's Mystery Tackle Box. It's September. Let's dive in, see what we got. I usually purchase these on Black Friday deals. Buy the annual subscription on Black Friday, you get a heck of a deal. I've done all three of the major ones, Megabass, 6 Cents, and the Mystery Tackle Box. I really love them all. If you're a tackle junkie like me, I highly recommend you get a subscription so you're always getting a good day of the month to pick out some tackle. All right, with that, let's open it up and see what we got for September's box here. All right, starting it off with the Ark Popper. Topwater popper with treble hooks. We've got the bone color here. I've heard great things about Ark. You know, if you're fishing smallmouth bass, I feel like the popper is a fantastic option for you. I know Tactical Bassman talks about it all the time. The popper is a fantastic lure when you want to present something that doesn't come back to the boat very quickly, right? So you can really let it sit out there. And you know, I've heard options that you can wait for all the rings to dissipate completely. When you throw it out there, it's going to create a little rings and little waves, let all those dissipate, and then start making the most subtle movements at all. Just the smallest twitch. Those fish knew it was there from the start. They're staring at it, and just your little subtle twitch showing that it's alive will be enough to get that smallmouth bass to hammer it. Certainly you can use these against largemouth bass. To me, I really think that they fit the smallmouth profile a little bit better, but a popper is a great tool for your top water. You know, in the calms, like I said, you want to do the real small twitches, and when it's got some more waves, maybe you really want to give it that hard pop, and it makes that great bubble. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, so be sure to try out that popper. That bone color is really popular. And what's next? We got the Lake Fork Flutter Spoon. And this is an OG lure, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but I've never thrown a flutter spoon. And my understanding is the flutter spoon is the bait that really targets the large bites. If you're going for large fish, which I think a lot of us are, the flutter spoon is for you. I'm so glad I actually got one of these. I meant to order one after watching a number of videos this summer, and I never got to it actually. I think Tackle Warehouse was sold out, so super stoked. I got my first flutter spoon here. I'm gonna throw it on, hopefully do a video in the future, but you don't fish these like normal lures. You really are casting it out there, letting it on loose line, and it's really important to have it on loose line because you gotta let it do that flutter. If you don't have that loose line, what's happening is it's doing more of a glide, and that's not really what you want for the full action. So you're gonna cast it out there, give it loose line, and let it flutter, and then you're gonna continue to rip it up. So you can throw this over humps, ledges. If you've got suspended fish or schools of bait fish, this is a great option to throw that inside and give it a nice rip and flutter. You rip and flutter. So yeah, if you haven't thrown a flutter spoon like me, let's get to it, because we're missing out. This is like such an old school technique that I feel like in a lot of ways is a lost art. So a nice big flutter spoon, probably throw that on a medium heavy bait caster with something like 17 to 20 pound fluorocarbon. That's what I think I would throw this on. So flutter spoon, getting it done. Irony that we're doing the video and Mitch, my buddy, is actually saying it's a good one. I agree, it's a good one. We're gonna get to it. All right, what's next? What do we got next? We got your Bassman spinnerbait in the white color. We got your double Colorado blades. I really like the Colorado blades for slow rolling this. The double Willow blades get a lot of attention, but I think they sink a little faster. So if you're looking for something just to go over some weeds and barely drop above the water line, your double Colorado blades are fantastic for just slow rolling it. And we all know spinnerbaits get hit. Usually love to throw some sort of trailer on there, like a craw trailer on there. But your spinnerbaits, old school goodie, you're gonna get hit with some spinner baits. And I love that these are multi-species. You get virtually everything. You get big bass, you get northern, and every once in a while, if you slow roll this, you'll get walleye as well. So if you're just looking to catch fish and you don't care what you're gonna catch, the spinner bait is a true and tried, tested bait that'll get it done for you. All right, what's next? What's next? We got ourselves, interesting, we got ourselves a G-Ratt weedless vibrating jig here. So I honestly have never seen a weedless vibrating jig. I mean, really it's a chatterbait. So I gotta open this up and see what we got here because I'm kind of curious how this is set up. And got beautiful colors. We got some green pumpkin with some purple in there. So it's super vivid colors. I really like that. Oh, okay. So we really have like an EWG hook here, and you can see that it's on a swivel so that you can Texas rig your trailer, and it's a weedless setup. That's cool. And you got your typical blade here. Look at that. And there you go, that's a beautiful skirt. You know, if you're throwing anything with like a crawtail or, you know, a fluke trailer, there's really no wrong trailer you can do here, but you get to set that up. And I think it's really important with your chatterbaits that you want to slow roll these a lot of times, and you really want to hit the weeds. I think what really triggers the bites is that when you rip it out of the weeds, that act of ripping through the weeds is really what's going to get these things bit. So nice chatterbait there, a weedless setup so you can get deep in those weeds. I really love the colors there. Green pumpkin, obviously true and tried. Nice. Nice weedless chatterbait. That's a good setup. And then also the G-Ratt baits. We've got the vibrating jig trailer. So obviously, I think this is meant to go with the chatterbait that we just got. So let's actually put that on and see what it looks like here, because I love the vivid colors that they got. It's a 4 3/8 inch. You've got your kind of paddle tails here. Cool. And let's put this on and see what we can Texas rig this. Show you what it looks like. Come out the side, go all the way up, and we're gonna rotate it around. So now it's sitting on the top of the hook, and we're gonna measure where it's gotta come out, and we're gonna just put that through. There you go. A weedless chatterbait in a Texas rigged soft plastic. You can see it will slide out and poke that fish when they bite onto it, but there you go. You can almost flip that or pitch that into some cover. That's a cool setup, I'll give it that. I don't think I've ever thrown a Texas rigged weedless chatterbait deep in some cover. I gotta throw more purple or that lavender. I think it's a great supplement with that green pumpkin. So there you have it, the G-Ratt weedless vibrating jig. Should get some bites. Should get some bites. All right, then you have your V&M worms. These worms are tiny. They're almost like your robo worms here. We've got green pumpkin blue flake. You can see that they are 6 inches and they are just tiny. Something I'd throw on maybe a drop shot. I haven't thrown a ton of these tiny worms like this, so let me know in the comments below what is it you're throwing on these, or how you're rigging them up. Everyone knows they love worms, so there you go. We got some worms, and actually here you go. We just got a 3/0 EWG hooks here, and I imagine that would be a perfect match for these to go together. So you got your EWG hooks with your worms there, And what do we got here? We got your Z swimmer from Ark as well. You got yourself a jig, a swimming jig. Let's open it up. I don't throw enough jigs, especially swimming jigs. Throwing it into that cover. You got your weed guard and ripping it out of those weeds, triggering those bites. Throw on a craw trailer, some sort of cleanup craw, bronco bug, something like that. Look at that big hook. That is a big, big hook. You're probably gonna wanna throw that on some bait caster setups, I would imagine, because that's gonna go in some cover. You got your weed guard there. But yep, everyone loves a good swim jig. I do like that eyes. It's got that arc triangle type of eyes there. Nice black, green. That's a cool setup. You swim that, that's gonna get hit. Got your keepers there. Nice keepers to keep your soft plastics in place. So, good swim jig. Definitely be using that. And that's it for this month's mystery tackle box for September. Let me know, what's the favorite lure you saw in this month's setup? How are you gonna be throwing these? I'd love to hear and learn from all of you. So until next time, thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you on the next one.